Hey guys, a few days ago we were talking about lockpick school in a box, and there were some comments about an Azure training lock, and I sent $20 to Amazon and I bought one. This is everything you get in the box. Even though the box does tell you that you get a spiral-bound MIT guide to lockpicking, you don't. There's a note inside the box tells you if you want this, go to the internet and download it. And I'll put that link. You don't have to buy this. I'll put that link in the description. You can get that for free. Let me describe kind of what is in the box that's useful. These 5 picks on the right, I think, are probably useful to learning lockpicking. When you take a look at these are not bad picks. I have to say, they all have handles that are pretty firmly riveted. I might put some shrink tubing on there. They're a little bit sharp. And then they're made out of spring steel, which is very durable material. It gives really excellent feedback and should last a while. This is not prone to bending like a lot of those cheap kits you get off the internet. These should work for quite a while. Very durable. There are 2 hooks, and then you actually get 4 of these. I don't know why. This is a W. This is really for kinetic attacks. All again with the handles. All these need to be sanded just a little bit, but you know, that's no different. There's another hook. That's no different than any other pick kit. You got a L rake or city rake, and then the last one is a ball or a snowman, a 8, whatever you want to call them. It's like raking. That's the tool. You get some tension wrenches. You get a Z wrench and then a thin one, and then you get one for shutter locks. Kind of unusual, but I'll take it. Came in the kit. I'm going to skip the lock and go to the stuff that's not so useful. These weren't done very well, quite honestly. This is an extractor, but unless you have a lock that you can put your fist inside of, this is probably not going to fit. You get a weird looking, I hate to even call that a hook. I mean, with some grinding you could turn this into a hook. It's salvageable. You get a half diamond that is very, very thick. So again, grinding, you could turn that into a useful tool. These are all W's. These are all basic, very minor differences in the four of those. And then this tool, kind of unusual, kind of a takeoff on the city rake. I can't imagine, other than being involved in a knife fight, I can't imagine wanting to grab this. I wouldn't want to use it to pick a lock, but you do get it, so don't even know what it's called, guys. You get the lock, of course. Now the lock is very nice. When you take a look, very clear, perfect, well executed lock. You can see all of the innards very well. There's no dirt, dust, or debris up inside of there. You can see the pins very well. And the keys, I believe, for all these locks are the same, the ones that I saw on the internet anyway. This is not a security lock, so I can't imagine they would put different pinning in these. It makes it easy to see the key interacting with the pins. Makes it easy to see when you reach the shear line. It's also very nice when you turn it, you can see exactly what's happening in the padlock. You see the core twisting that actuator and pulling those pawls out of the grooves that are cut inside of the shackle, and then very strong spring opens the lock for you. So in terms of seeing what's going on in a lock, it's pretty cool. In terms of being a teaching aid or a learning aid for lockpicking, I'm not so sure. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It's a nice open keyway, which is a big plus for learning lockpicking. I'm going to take their tension wrench, and let's just start with the good tools here. Let's try the W first. Just put light tension on this thing and just give it a couple of rakes. And that one's open. I'm going to get to the hook. Here's a hook. We lock that back up. Let's put the hook in upside down first. Okay, bam, we're open there. Let's SPP it. Now watch the technique when I SPP it, because there is no technique. You put heavy tension and you just basically get that pick in there and just bounce it around, and the picks that need picking kind of fall into place. It's not very well done. Lock it back up. Let's try it with the L rake. Okay, again, moderate to heavy tension, and just put that in there and rake it open. And last but not least, the snowman. Get that tension wrench going, okay? At moderate to heavy tension. Get in there, you devil. My tension wrench fell out. My fault. Alright. Moderate to heavy tension. Slide it in there. Let me recock that. I think my wrench is down the side of the groove, but doesn't matter. That lock is too easy to open. I guess what I'm saying here is, in terms of this lock teaching you anything about developing your feel, trying to figure out what's happening inside of the lock, I think the tolerances in this are too great to give you anything useful, any useful feedback. Like I said, it's not repinnable. This does not come off of here. This is glued in place. So you could probably pop that off or break this plate out, repin it, and then glue that back. But it is not intended to be repinned. If it were, it'd be a little bit more useful. But right now, I'd have to say not so good. It's great as a training aid. I'm going to use it in some following videos to show you some tools. But in terms of learning lock picking and developing your feel and your skills, I really can't recommend this. So there you go. Anyway, stay safe, stay legal. I do have one more message. If you guys, if anybody wants this, the very first person that private messages me, their name and mailing address, the very first guy that does that gets this.